The tragedy is all around us, affecting us to varying degrees. It is especially painful when it is a loved one, a friend, or someone you care about. The volatile, emotional nature of the sport connects us to the athletes as individuals as well as heroes. That bond makes the loss of an athlete all the more painful, especially when it occurs before their time. So hey folks, welcome back to the MMA Club. Today we'll discuss the 10 athletes who died far too young. These losses have left a void in the sport that should not be filled, but rather remembered. So let's get started, but before that, please hit the bell icon and subscribe to the channel to get every single update about the channel. On number 1, there is one and only Kimbo Slice. We remember this force of nature that many people knew as Kimbo Slice with a heavy heart. He was a controversial person, but everyone who knew him and spoke well of him even before he died. Kimbo's career path was completely different from anyone else's. He made his own way because he didn't have any footsteps to follow. In the process, he won the hearts of fight fans all over the world, became a well-known name, and built himself a legendary career. The rags to riches story depicting the life of former Miami street brawler Kevin Ferguson, aka Kimbo Slice, could warm the hearts of even the most skeptics. Kimbo was admitted to a South Florida hospital after experiencing health issues the month before, where he allegedly died of heart failure while awaiting a heart transplant. Ferguson, 42, was survived by his girlfriend and 6 children. The second fighter who will always be in our hearts is Ryan Gracie. Gracie found himself in a jail cell after a car theft case, police chase, and eventual arrest. At the request of his wife, Gracie was visited in jail by his psychiatrist, who allegedly administered several prescription medications in an attempt to calm the fighter down. According to a toxicology report, Gracie had consumed a cocktail of drugs, including cocaine that night, resulting in a fatal overdose in his holding cell that same night. Gracie was only 33 years old when she died. Moving to the third one. Fans who recall the WEC's acquisition by Zuffa may recall the name, Blas Avina. Avina's exciting fighting style lit up the crowd and quickly made him a fan favorite as a welterweight who helped build the WEC's brand from 2007 to 2009. Police discovered Avina's body in his Las Vegas apartment on May 4, 2016, a date that will appear several times on this list. According to an official statement issued by the LVPD, the cause of death was suspected to be suicide. Avina was 32 years old at the time. On number 4 is Justin Eilers. Justin Eilers, a former heavyweight title challenger, was a heavy-handed mileage product known to take on any challenge. Although Eilers' career was not the most illustrious on the list, his death story may be the most bizarre. On Christmas Eve 2008, Eilers was embroiled in a heated argument with his stepfather, Robert Malik. The altercation erupted into a gunshot to Eilers' chest, fired by Malik. The heavyweight was only 30 years old at the time. The next one on our list is Jeremy Williams. Jeremy Williams had a 5-2-1 professional record prior to fighting the IFL under Marco Ruiz and had not competed in over 5 years, dating back to 2002. Despite his professional success, Williams' greatest adversary was himself. In 2007, the promising middleweight committed suicide in the front seat of his car in his home state of California. Although the exact reason for the act is unknown, those close to Williams believe depression played a significant role. Williams' death was especially devastating for the future of his IFL team, the Southern California Condors. Williams was 27 years old at the time. Who could forget Justin Levens? Justin Levens, like Williams, was a Ruiz Veil Tudo product in IFL, UFC, and WEC veteran. Levens and his wife were discovered dead in their California home. Friends believed depression was the culprit, as Levens was reportedly devastated by the suicide of his friend and fellow fighter, Jeremy Williams. Officials believe the death was a murder-suicide because Levens was found with a gunshot wound to the head and the gun nearby, and his wife's wound was to the body, despite the fact that no note was found at the scene. Levens was 28 years old at the time. Our next MMA fighter who left us so soon is Corey Hill. The former UFC lightweight fighter is best known for his appearance on The Ultimate Fighter Season 5, but videos of Hill went viral after he suffered a horrific leg break during a bout at a UFC Fight for the Troops event in 2008. Spectators watched as Hill writhed in agony after a full break of his right tibia and fibula caused by a low kick that was checked by his opponent, Dale Hart. Reports of Hill's death surfaced the following May, with media outlets reporting that the fighter had been suffering from pneumonia, which had led to respiratory complications. A lung transplant was performed in an attempt to save the athlete, but all efforts failed and he died. Hill was only 36 years old at the time. Evan Tanner, how can we forget this man? Evan Tanner's fighting career was truly one of a kind. Throughout multiple generations of the sport, the former middleweight champion competed at the highest level. Tanner set out on a desert adventure in Southern California on his newly purchased dirt bike. In 2008, Tanner started walking to get gas after the bike ran out of gas, intending to return to the bike. The heat proved too much for the veteran fighter, who died of heat stroke after running out of water on his walk. Tanner was 37 years old at the time. On number 9 is Kevin Randleman. Few people can claim to be the baddest man on the planet, but Kevin Randleman is one of them. The former heavyweight champion was known for his smothering power and wrestling prowess. Kevin Randleman, a Hammer House member alongside Mark Coleman, rose to prominence in the UFC. But like Coleman, his career took off when he stepped into the Pride FC ring. Randleman was admitted to the hospital in 2016 after contracting pneumonia. He died of a heart attack shortly after being admitted. Randleman was 44 years old at the time. So last but not least, Jordan Parsons. There is no better example of a fighting career that ended too soon than that of Jordan Parsons. Parsons was scheduled to compete on a Bellator card on May 14, 2016, but he was injured in a hit and run less than 2 weeks prior, leaving him in critical condition. Parsons was hit by a Range Rover while out for a run in South Florida, leaving the young athlete's life in jeopardy. He died from his injuries on May 4, 2016, after multiple complications and a leg amputation. Parsons was 25 years old at the time. Mixed martial arts, unlike many other sports, has a strong sense of community. The individual nature of the competition heightens the gravity of each bout, and as fans, we become more familiar with the person competing rather than just their statistics. So, I think we are at the end of the video, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, then give this video a thumbs up and smash that subscribe button and press the bell icon so you will never miss any update. If you have any questions or queries in your mind, tell me in the comment box, and also check out our channel. You find really cool stuff.